Hello everyone and welcome back to Sawyer Studios, and I am doing a reflection, a 6-month, a half year reflection on giving away my LEGO Dropship with ATOT Walker. Yeah. If you guys are new to the channel, this is in fact my all-time favorite LEGO set ever. Is this one. Like by far, out of any LEGO set that's ever been made, that was my favorite. And part of it is nostalgia, part of it is sentimental, part of it is the fact that it's just freaking awesome. I mean, this was the first LEGO Star Wars set my parents ever got me. It's the first big set I ever got. And yeah, I mean, it means a lot. And so if you're also new to the channel, you might be asking, like, why did you give it away? I did some reflecting back over the summer. I actually felt the need to do this 2 years ago, but I, as sometimes as convictions go, don't always follow through with them. Collecting LEGO and constantly buying LEGO and all of it was a lot and not spiritually healthy for me. So summer of 2020, actually, last summer, 2021, summer of 2021, I made the decision to sell a lot of my LEGO collection. You can watch the video, Sell My LEGO Collection, explain why. I turned it into a fun little mock contest, which was actually really fun. That was a great way to do it. I mean, I know who has it. They tell me that they're taking care of my set well. Actually, here's a picture of it in their home. And so I know that it's being loved, taken care of for. I know that whoever owns it now is enjoying it and that they are happy to have it. And yeah, I know that they're having a great time. And I'm really happy that that's theirs and that it's bringing joy to them. So that's good to know. Reflecting on it, do I regret giving it away? Absolutely not. In Catholicism, there's a huge focus on idolatry, and not just idolatry, but covetousness. Because I was doing a couple Catholic Bible studies on what does it mean to idolize something, and then what does it mean to covet something, and how close coveting and idolizing is really close. And when a lot of times Protestants think of it's really funny, because in today's world, I think when Protestants think of idolatry, they think of the Mary statues that Catholics have in churches, or the statues of Saint Joseph or Saint Peter or whatever, graven images or something like that. They think of just statues or stained glass pictures or something as idolatry. When in reality, current age idolatry is something that everyone deals with, and it's not always conscious that it's happening. And I think it's very important to note that anything can be an idol. Father Mike always says this: our heart is an idol making factory. And so I found out that LEGO was an idol. Where does my heart go a lot of the times when it's not focused on God, when it's not focused on Jesus, when it's not focused on my faith? A lot of the times it went to LEGO and my love for LEGO. And the important thing is, when it comes to idolatry, most of the time when we idolize something, that thing isn't inherently bad, which is why it's so tricky and which is why it's so easily to idolize it, because we can always justify, there's nothing wrong with this. There was nothing inherently wrong with LEGO, and there was nothing sinful, there was nothing wrong with me having this set. What was wrong was my obsession over LEGO, and was the fact that I could definitely tell that I was spending more time with LEGO than God. I reevaluated my heart, and I realized that I love LEGO. I just had a really honest conversation with myself, like a crazy person. I wanted to get to a point where I felt like I loved God more than LEGO. And the only way you will know, I mean, it doesn't matter if anyone else believes you. Like, the only person who really cares is you and God. The only way you will know if you truly love something more than something else is if you'll get rid of it. And so I thought to myself, what is my favorite Lego possession that I have? And I tried so hard in my head to like justify, oh no, it's the UCS Millennium Falcon. That's definitely my favorite. I'm like, no, it's not. And every time I tried to think of a different Lego set, I kept on like coming back to, I know it's this set. I know this set is my favorite. Like, I can't deny it. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to give it away because I need to know. It wasn't that I needed to prove anything. It was that I needed to know whether or not I love Lego more than God. And this was the way for me to see that. Back in the summer 2020, when I originally had this conviction, I loved Lego more than God because I didn't follow through with any of it. And I mean, at no point, and I think this is the important thing when it comes to idolatry, at no point did I ever really think, like in my head, I like Lego more than God. Never thought that. But you can think whatever you want. We can say whatever we want. But unless our actions follow it, it doesn't mean anything. Same with faith. Like if faith without works is dead, James 2. If we don't follow our faith with actions, it's truly meaningless at the end of the day. And you can say that you love Jesus all you want. You can say that you believe in him all you want. But if you're not living a life or acting out a life that is righteous and holy, then I guess I have no words. Do I miss having this set? Of course I do. I mean, it's my favorite one. If it wasn't, like, if I didn't miss it, it wouldn't have been my favorite Lego set. I do miss it at times. I do remember playing with it, and there's great memories that I have with it. And yeah, I do miss it. It's a great set, and I love it. But I am happy. I'm still happy, and it still feels good that I went through with that decision. Overall, what I'm trying to say, our hearts are idol-making factories, and if you're a Christian, especially if you're a Catholic, we need to make sure that we keep things in check. Because if something becomes an idol in our life, and the most dangerous thing about it is that we aren't aware of it, if we're not honestly evaluating our hearts on a day-to-day basis, we could be going to hell without knowing it. And for Catholics, that's very real, because we understand how works and faith work together harmoniously. It's a little, I'm not saying this to like shame or to like, I guess, condemn, or I'm not saying this in a judgmental way towards Protestants. I'm saying this in a way as lovingly as I can, because I worry sometimes about some of my Protestant friends who have the idea of we're saved by faith alone. And if we're truly saved by faith alone, I can have these idols in my life, and at the end of the day, if I die, it's really not going to matter because I still believe in Jesus and believe in his resurrection, so I'm still going to go to heaven. And so it doesn't really matter if I end up having other idols in my life at the, or not, because I'm still going to heaven. I'm here to tell you that's not true. That's not the gospel. And nowhere does Jesus ever imply that. It's quite clear that Jesus wants all of us. It's quite clear that Jesus wants us to deny ourselves. Because, I gave this one away. I sold a lot of my other Lego sets, like a lot of Clone Wars sets, and I'm a huge Clone Wars guy, so that was hard. I would not have been able to do that without the grace of God helping me. I also would not have been able to get to that point without trying actively every day to deepen my faith, deepen my relationship with God up until that point. I'd say from the summer 2020, when I originally had the conviction I couldn't do it, I grew a lot in my faith from 2020 summer to 2021 summer. And because of that, I then had the strength the following summer to actually go through with what I felt like God was telling me. We have to be careful about where we put our time into. I think it is important, as I said before, we need to reevaluate our hearts on a day-to-day basis. Like, am I truly giving everything to God today? Am I truly following him as best as I can today? Yeah, am I giving him my all? Am I following him? And do I love him the most? You know, out of today, do I love God with my whole heart? Or is something else taking the love that I should be giving to God today to something else? And some days that's easier than others. Summer 2020, I spent the entire summer trying to justify, oh, God doesn't actually want me to sell my Lego, and he doesn't actually want me to give my favorite Lego set away. Like, that's ridiculous. Why would God want that? And I tried to find so many ways of reading scripture and also like validating it through different things in my head to like dance around that. And the more I did that, you know, some days I think the devil allowed me to feel peace. I'm like, oh yeah, no, like, of course God would want me to keep this because I feel like I'm at peace now. Looking back, that was definitely the devil trying to keep me in complacency. But there was always those times whenever I wanted to truthfully reevaluate my heart, that thought would always come back. And I would always try to fight it and push it away. And it would take a lot, but eventually it would be pushed away. And I think God allows this to happen because, we have free will. So, you know, if we really don't want God, God's not going to force us to be with him. And summer 2020, based on my actions, I really wanted Lego more than God. And so eventually the conviction stopped for a while because that was my decision. It wasn't that God was giving me peace because it was the right one. It was that he was respecting my free will. But then the conviction came back eventually. And it came back again, and I'd fight it away, come back, and yeah, eventually I got to the point where I had to say this out loud. I had to really say this out loud for me to actually act. What I had to say was, Nathan, if you push this conviction off again, you truly don't love God. And saying that out loud, I think that was the catalyst to actually help me to start making steps to following through what God wanted me to do. And sometimes we just have to hit ourselves with those hard truths. It's never whether about if God loves us. The question is always about if we love God. So, yeah, this video became very spiritual, but I kind of figured it was going to be. That's my reflection on giving away my favorite Lego set 6 months ago. And I'm happy that it's in a great place. If you're watching this video, let me know how the set is doing and if you've been enjoying it and if it's been great. I hope it has been. I hope you have been having a great time with it, and I hope you've done some Lego battles with it and that you've been using it. And I hope it's in good hands. So like, comment, subscribe. And that's all I got. That's all I got today. I'm tired. I'm worn out. Gonna go to bed. So Sawyer Studios on the next video. Peace out.